Good morning, Shouse and House Coaching here. Welcome to free daily coaching, where Monday through Friday we bring you different things. And I am honored that on Thursdays I get to host the show. And we've been talking about blogging and the parts of blogging for the last few weeks. So we're going to continue on with that. If you are part of the marketing platform that most of us are, then you know that last night was pretty big when they released sites to everyone. So we're starting all over, and we're going to rebuild our blogs. Now, a few weeks ago, Rob Four did a training where he went through his whole thing, the SEO and the setting up of the blog. So I asked for a few people to put their sites, blogs in, and so I brought a few up to do some up for us to look at this morning and see who's followed Rob's training and who hasn't. So I'm going to share my screen. Can you let me know, can you guys see and hear me okay? Last Thursday we had sort of a little disaster and Bert had to jump in and restart it. So before I go over and start sharing, I would like to know for sure that you can see and hear me okay. If somebody could let me know, I would really appreciate that. Oh, great, Steve. Thank you. Okay, so I'm going to share my screen. I went out looking this morning for, thank you, Roger. Hi, Debbie. Good to see you. Thank you. I went out this morning looking for the anatomy of the perfect blog post. And this article was the best. I read quite a few. But this pretty much sums up what Rob told us in so many words. So your headline would be your heading 1. When you're writing the post, you need to break them down into different categories. So this would be your heading 1, the subhead would be your heading 2, and then they've got a heading 3 down here. And Yoast will help you make sure that you have the right keywords and everything in it. So this is something that you might want to look at when you start getting into some serious blogging. This is a pretty good breakdown of what it should be and why you're doing what you're doing with this. I also discovered something else here the other day on my own blog. I couldn't figure out why people were getting these nice almost thumbnail type pictures on their blogs. And Lisa Thompson is a good example of that, and we'll look at her blog here in a minute. But I finally found the answer. Down here at the very bottom of your WordSite Press, there's a featured image. And that is how when you share your post, this nice picture comes up with the post when you're sharing it all over social media. So I just discovered that 2 posts ago. Now, this is not the site's blog. This one's my one now. But when I'm talking about when you're writing your post, this is where you get your heading 1, and you can go all the way to heading 6. It'd have to be a pretty long post to have that many. I usually have 1 or 3. Something else that I have found with WordPress since I've been writing, I go ahead and write everything out all the way down, and then I go back and highlight the area that's going to be my heading 1 and add it as a heading 1, and then change my font size. But I just go ahead and write the whole thing and then go back and format it the way I want to format it. Because I was having problems with if I do the heading and then start writing underneath it, it was very hard for it to differentiate it. But if I go ahead and write everything out all the way through and then go back and format it the way I want, I'm having absolutely no problems getting things put in and moving things around. So anyway, this is how you get your thumbnail type picture. It's down at the bottom under feature image, and I can only assume that every theme has this because Lisa has hers. So let's look at some of the blogs that have already been set up. Here is Tom Lech. And I've found as I've been going through these that most of them have a pop-up. And I noticed it said Monster opt-in or something like that on most of them. So Tom has done a nice job, but he has not made a static front page like Rob suggested. Rob suggested that we make the home page static and have it be your storefront. And I do have an example of this. Dr. Lisa has set her blog up exactly like Rob suggested. So we'll look at hers last. So he was able to put a nice heading picture in, and he's got all of his blog posts are out here. So you scroll down and scroll down and scroll down. So I can see what Rob is saying about making the front static and then have them go into the blog, and I'll show you how it was done. But he does have some things over here, the Instagram thing. He's got tools and resources. I think most of them are still working on these. Okay, so next up we have Jason and Shannon Meisner. Very pretty. And I think all of these themes are different. But it's got pretty colors, and they've got trending posts out here, recent posts. But again, it's not the completely static front page. But that's very pretty, and it shows how many pictures and stuff you can put in. Okay. So that's Jason and Shannon. Excuse me. That's very pleasing to the eye, in my opinion. The colors look very nice. Next is Jan Shaw, and she's gone a different color, and you can always tell that this is a site when it brings it up, because they've all got the MLSP logo up here, but yet she's got her name pointing towards it, ShawGlobalMarketing.com. Let's see if everybody else did. Yeah, it looks like Tom does also. Okay. Now Jason and Shannon don't have their thing. It still says MLSP sites up here. Whoever's hosting your domain, you've got to point it. Got to go into the hosting and point it. So Jan's different color. She's got her picture up there. She's got her logo. She's got hers set up to continue reading. That's fairly easy on the eyes also. Okay, this one is Andy. Let's see what he's done. Yep, he's got his domain pointed. Trending posts, Facebook pixels. And they all told me when they were putting it in that they were still tweaking everything. So that one's pretty interesting. Okay, so here we're going to look at Dr. Lisa Thompson's. She has obviously followed Rob's training to a T. And I suggest that we all go back and listen to it. It is in the back office now. And I suggest we all go back and listen to it. I mean, Rob has, as far as SEO is concerned, Rob has proven track record. And we can all learn something from him and that training that he did. Okay, here we go. Okay, here's Dr. Lisa. She has a video on her front page here that automatically plays and tells about herself. She's got one training thing out here to set up her list. And then she has nothing but trainings out here. So if you click one of these, ooh, she's got testimonials. And something that she's got that Rob was very adamant that you needed is the terms of use, the privacy policy, and the disclaimer. She's got them down at the bottom. I promise you guys, I will talk to her and ask her how she did this, because I cannot figure out how you get them in the bottom like that. It's got to be the footer, I would think. But I'm going to find out for us. I will ask Dr. Lisa how she got them down there, because nobody else has it. If you go back and look at Jason and Shannon, they got a copyright on there, but again, there's no privacy or terms of service. Let's look at Shan's. Nope. Andy. Nope. Tom. Nope. So Dr. Lisa is the only one that's got this set up, the terms of service, the privacy policy, and the disclaimer. And I promise that I will find out how she got him down there. She is using the elegant themes. I don't know exactly which one that is here. From the looks of it last night, people that have access to sites has quite a few to choose from. Okay, so she's got a static front page. Her blog posts are not all over, so you don't have to scroll down and down and down. She's got to work with Dr. Lisa. She's got a great thing here on how you can work with her. And she used this from Tanya's training last week. She's now got an application set up on here, and it is called what she used. Oh, I wrote it down. Hold on a second here. I got more notes than. I'm one of those people. I take notes. I write notes to myself. I write reminders to myself all over the place. But there's a certain place you can go and get this form filled out, and oh, it's called JOT form, J-O-T form, to make an application form. Then you can put it on your blog. So this is her work with me. She's got my story. She tells a lot about herself. Again, another video. Some call to actions. Some proof. Some more testimonials. So her about me is my story, and it looks really good. She talks about the live training. So that's being able to sign up. The doctor is in. So she's put some of her videos in here. This is not the blog part either. This is something that she started. The doctor is in. Social media training. So she has all the trainings here. Mindset training. This talks about deep abyss. And then her toolkit. So this must be some of the things that she uses, and is probably affiliate with a Weber. Some more trainings in there. Okay, now this is her blog. And I have to admit that it was looking at her blog posts, I wondered how she got that thumbnail up there. And so I showed you earlier exactly how on the featured training. So her blog part is set up with a short snippet and the thumbnail of each post, and then she's got it set up as a to read more. And I think that is an awesome way to set it up. It exposes people to more of your posts. And it doesn't look as cluttered, and you don't have to scroll down and down and down and down and down. As near as I can tell, Dr. Lisa, like I say, has set this up according to Rob's teaching of how he set his blog up. And I think it looks awesome. It's uncluttered, it's easy to navigate, it looks good, and I like it. Okay, let me stop sharing and come over and see if there's any questions from you guys. And I am back. Well, what'd you guys think? I've enjoyed going through and looking at this and getting some ideas. And I think you're right, Debbie. Divya is probably the one I'm going to use. Have you decided how that you're going to do this? What are you going to take down your other blogs and transfer everything into sites? Or are you going to actually have a second blog? I still haven't decided. I'm going to I have my chrisshouse.com. I've also got the domain Shouse in the House. So I may start a completely different blog and do different trainings on the two different blogs. If there aren't any questions, that's all I've got for you this morning. I hope that you found some values in this. Janice, you need to tell us more about Divya over in Free Daily Coaching. Divvy? I guess it's Divvy, right? Are you saying it's the hardest thing to do? That's what I'm thinking I'm going to do, Connie, is have two completely separate blogs. Well, Steve, you're really going to learn how to do this then, right? Next week, I will have the answer to the privacy thing, and we can break down the blog a little bit more. If you have any questions during the week, you can either PM me or put the questions in the group, and I will find the answers for next week. So if there's no more questions or comments, I am going to shut this down for today. And I appreciate each and every one of you being here. I will put, since this goes onto my channel, I will put the replay in the group for anyone that might miss it and or want to look at it again. Other than that, Shouse in the House out, and I will talk to you very soon. Remember, tomorrow on Free Daily Coaching is Free for All Friday, so everybody get your stuff together, come on over, and let's have some fun. Have a great day, everybody. Talk to you soon.